It should be working now.
Okay, perfect.
Here we go. We're good.
Okay, we're gonna speed through this networking power hour. And you said that our trackers look different, but they're the same topics, right?
Yeah, they just look different, like layout wise, but they're in the same order. I actually
I've seen that one too. I think Matt Way posted this one, and I was like, oh, that's cute. I like that one better.
Yeah, I like that one too. If you could send me that one after.
I will. Okay, so guys, I'm just gonna share my screen so you can follow along. If you don't have a tracker printed, this is basically what we're going to be doing. So the first thing, and if you didn't have this ready, and that was my B, I probably should have like reminded you because I knew it was on here, but forgot. So when we do these in the future, have like a post written in Instagram, like ready to post so that you can do it while we're going through and doing this. If you don't know, there is a way on Instagram to literally create a draft. You can do the photo, you can do the verbiage, and just save it for later. So Carolyn, how long of a time frame do you have for each thing? Do you set a timer when you do this?
I didn't, but it typically takes like the full hour to get through everything. I just like, when everyone's up to speed, we'll move on. But I just kind of use my judgment, like as soon as I'm done. But what I do typically do is like, if you're already done, so let's say like you did the first one, what you can do is go to the other people's posts who are on this call and go show love on their posts because it's only going to help them. And the last time we did that, our posts that we did during that hour got like the most engagement and the most like everything. So anytime you're done with whatever task you're doing, whether it's the post or after you follow 100 people and you're done with that, if you're still waiting for everyone else to catch up, then go to the accounts of the other people on this call and go and like and comment and like show love on their posts.
Okay, cool. So if you guys want to put in your Instagram name in the chat so we can do that. And Stephanie, I posted on the call, like announcement in our team page, I posted it in the comments. But I can send it to you on Facebook too, if you can't find it. Mm-hmm. So, okay. So the first thing is engaging new Instagram posts. I know Carolyn said she just posted hers. So if you don't have something written up already, it doesn't have to be, I honestly don't have anything written up already. I'm going to grab a picture and it's going to be like a short and sweet coach post. It's not going to be like, here, let me tell you a story, because we don't have time for that, but that's what I'm doing. So go ahead and start that now.
Yeah. And since mine's already up, I mean, I posted it a couple hours ago, but it's an engaging one. Something that is important, you can just listen and just keep writing your posts. When you're posting an engaging post, you want to ask for people to comment below or reply or respond or yes if you agree or something like that. So it gives people an easy way to interact and engage with your post. Whereas if you aren't kind of asking for that or telling them like what to comment with, sometimes they won't. They might just like it and not say anything. So make sure that you have some sort of direction as to how you want people to respond. Another example of one that I've done in the past is I posted a picture in a brand new pair of Lululemon leggings. And I was just talking about how much I loved these new leggings. It was like a new style of them and they were super comfortable or whatever. And then I was asking like, what are some of your favorite fitness clothing brands? Let's start a list below. And people were dropping and tagging different fitness clothing brands, which was good for engagement on my post. But also kind of cool because it was great because I wanted to learn more about some other fitness clothing brands. And it was an easy way for people to share. And people want to share and people want to give their opinion and people want to add value just as much as you want to add value to them. So it doesn't have to be anything like super deep. It could literally just be something that you want to share and then asking other people for their favorite whatever or favorite advice or giving them like an option to drop an emoji, giving them 2 different emojis, drop this one for this option, drop this one for that option. It literally doesn't have to be like anything too crazy for the purpose of this activity. That's not meaning that every post is going to be like that you post, but it's just for the purpose of this thing that we're doing here. So I'm going to go through and like everyone's stuff and comment on them since mine's up already, but let me go look in the chat. I don't know some of you. How am I not following you? That's weird. I'm gonna follow you. I didn't realize I wasn't following you, April.
Whatever. Not friends.
Huh?
Said whatever, not friends.
I have to wait for your post to show up though. You didn't post it yet.
I think I put my lashes on a little crazy when we got pictures done in Utah because I've got some weird like strong eye going, but I think it's just the way my lashes are. I'm like trying to find a picture to post.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Nice post, Liz. She took my advice. Lilo.
Okay.
So do we want to alternate, go back and forth with each thing?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. Oh. I don't see a new post from her yet. Sammy. How's everyone doing with these? 2 of you I've checked so far and I haven't seen a post yet.
I'm working
Unless you're
on
still typing away.
Mine is, do you like leopard print or not?
Not showing up for me yet. My phone's a little slow.
I'm still doing it.
Oh. It's like, is my phone broken? She's still working on hers. Kentucky Globe. Oh, that's a cool name. It's like everyone's still working on it. I'd put music on, but I can't because it's being recorded.
Oh yeah, that's another annoying thing. I forgot about that.
And you sure don't want me to start singing, so.
Okay. So.
April.
Alrighty.
Yes.
Here, I'm sorry to be a pain. I tried to look in the comments and I didn't see that form.
Okay, let me just send it to you real quick on.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Can you still see the form? Am I still sharing my screen? Should I share the screen or no? Does it matter?
I can see it.
Okay, because now I'm in my like real estate stuff. So I was like, oh.
No, I only see the networking flow. My phone's gonna die. That's bad timing.
I think
I got my charger.
Yeah, I need to plug it on it. Okay. I'm posting it in the team page. My internet is just being slow.
Ew, why does it look like that? It's weird. All right, we ready to move on to the next one? Or at least talk about it?
Yeah, go for it.
Alrighty. So the next task on the list is to create one new Instagram story poll. So this can literally be, again, anything you want it to be. It doesn't have to be anything too crazy. I think the last time we did this, I posted a picture of my kombucha and I said I had a poll and I put like the heart eyes face or the vomit face. And a lot of people actually didn't like kombucha, which is kind of funny. So I just did a little poll and had the 2 emojis as an option. Tonight I'm going to post my pumpkin pancakes and ask people about, like, do you like pumpkin spice or not? But it doesn't have to be anything fancy. The whole point of it is that, so when the next step, what we're going to do, we're going to be following people, we're going to be commenting on their stuff. We want them to come back to our page and see our last post and comment on it and engage with it and see our stories and engage in our stories, because that's going to increase the engagement rate of your stories. It's going to increase the number of people who are seeing them. And what I've noticed too, I post polls like a lot, and if I put the more frequently I post them, when I post one about my business, I get more people that actually vote on it. Whereas if the only time you post a poll is about your business, you're probably not going to get people to vote on it because they don't have the habit of voting on your polls like set down yet. But if they're used to clicking and voting on your polls all the time, then the next time you post one about coaching, they're more likely to vote on it, just because they've established that habit. So I even post them on my workout videos. Today's not a good example because I hurt my shoulder, so I didn't really post a video today, because I just did yoga and cardio at the gym. But usually I'll post a poll on my workout video, and I'll do the flexing arm and the flame emoji, and people will pick which one. I don't know what it means, but the whole point is that they're actually engaging and they're clicking and they're sliding things and they're, reacting to things. And that's what you want them to do. And the more I've been doing that, I've noticed that my story viewers are increasing since I have done that. So put up a poll in your story. It could be anything you want it to be, so people have something to vote on, and then go to everyone's stories and vote on their polls once you're all done with yours. Any questions? No? Cool. I think I'm going to do the vomit face and the heart eyes again, because that was really funny.
What did you say?
I'm doing the poll again with the vomit emoji or the heart eyes about pumpkin pancakes. It was funny too, because when I did it with the kombucha, I was able to message the people that liked kombucha and ask them what their favorite one was. And then the people that didn't like it, I was able to message them and ask them, well, which ones have you tried? Because I know some of them are a little bit more vinegary than others. And it was just a great way to start a conversation with people. Obviously, that didn't lead into oh, hey, by the way, you want to do my boot camp? Because that's not the point of every conversation that you have. But it is good to just have conversations going and just people know that they can talk to you about anything and not feel like the only time that you want to talk to them is about your boot camp or whatever. So.
Okay, what is the app that is tracking your Miracle Morning?
It's called Insight Timer. It's just a meditation app, and every day that you use it, it'll tally up. It'll keep track of how many days in a row that you do it.
I love that.
Yeah, it's super cool. There's a ton of free meditations on there. I mean, there are ones that you can pay for, but I don't pay for them. I just use the free ones. All right, is everyone's poll in their story? Yeah, my story is not a good example today, so don't use me as an example.
Today. Okay, how do you do your font different?
Who, me?
When you're doing posts, why don't I still know how to do that?
It's a keyboard extension.
What's it called?
I have to look. I've had it for a long time and just actually started using it.
Oh, I've always wondered how to do that.
Where is it?
All right. While you were looking for that, we can move on to
The Cool Fonts, I think. Cool Fonts Pro. Yeah, I've had it since like I started coaching and just started using it now.
Okay, so if you ever see like people have like or like fun writing within their posts, it's you would download that and then you have to add it to your keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna do 100 follow, unfollow, and you can do this a couple different ways, Carolyn. I'm not sure how you do this. I like to go to somebody that I like to follow that's like inspirational, or a blogger, or somebody that I really like to follow. And then what I do is I will go through and follow a bunch of people that have commented on their posts, because that tells me that they're like an active Instagram person. But how do you do yours, Carolyn?
I typically do the same thing, or what's also super handy, but it only happens every once in a while if you can catch it, is when somebody posts like immediately, if you can get the people that are liking it like in real time, then that means like they're currently on their phone at that time. So following them is typically a higher rate of them following you back, because they're like, oh, I'm on my phone right now, and they'll just like follow you back because they just liked that post. But it's really hard to like time it, but sometimes it's beautiful and you catch it right like when they posted like maybe a minute ago or something, and you can catch those. But yeah, I do the same thing. People who comment or people who liked the last post. I don't typically do followers, because just because people follow people doesn't mean they're actually like liking or commenting or engaging on anything. But yeah, that's how I do it as well. Except I'm really bad at unfollowing. That's where I struggle.
Oh, me too. I'm horrible at it.
Yeah. So let's just follow some people. Something too that is important when you're doing this though is like, you're not going to have a chance to go to each person's account and look at them and see, like, look through their posts and decide if you want to follow them. It's kind of very like dropping your business card style, like, here you go, take my card, take my card, take my card, just kind of handing them out. Obviously look at their profile picture. If it's a dude, I don't follow them. If it's like a cat or a dog, I don't follow them. Or like a brand, or like no profile picture, like I don't follow them. But for people who you know, are a girl and they look nice or whatever, they look like a friendly person, then I just kind of go through, and you're just really judging by the profile picture, which is super tiny. So it's kind of hard, but don't have too much of an emotional attachment to it, and just go for it. This is 2 hours ago. That's not too bad. And I find I have the best success with this if I do it at the time we're doing it right now, because it's usually when people are on their phones, or first thing in the morning, because people wake up and check their phones, which is a bad habit, but it's good for us. So
you can also do hashtags. So like for me, a really easy way to connect with people is like, I'm 24 weeks pregnant. So hashtag 24 weeks pregnant. That's something really easy. And it's like, you know, it's kind of like, oh, we have this in common already. So you could also do locations.
Mm-hmm. Local restaurants and stuff.
I don't really like track 100 people, because I don't like keep track, but I just like do it for a while. So I don't know. Do you like do a tally every time you follow someone, or just like?
I mentally try to keep count, but I usually lose count and just
my brain doesn't work very well.
Estimate. I think that felt like 100.
I know.
I kind of, this is how I've been doing actually. Sorry, I'm muted, but this is how I've been keeping track. I'll like go and see how many people I'm following.
That's
and then
smart.
I'll be like, okay, so in 100 people, once I get there, then I'll be at 100. That's
Yeah.
how I'm doing it.
Oh, that's smart.
That's what a smart person would do.
I'm like, that seemed like a. Oh, I'm following this person. Bacon. Their post that just came up in my.
That's funny. Yeah, that's really smart, Sarah. Thank you for enlightening us.
You're welcome.
Oh man. Well, I did 50 then, because I just did your trick. Approximately 50.
I'm following all these like debt slayers, and I'm like, oh, this is probably a terrible idea. They're probably going to be like, sorry, saving for debt, can't buy your product. It's not in my budget.
That's funny. Let me go grab a charger before my phone craps out on me.
You need to do that too.
Oh.
How often do you do these, Carolyn, with your team?
We do once a month, and then I personally try to do it twice a week myself, like a full hour. But every day, though, which is something that we can kind of share as well, each day, there are some things on here that you can do daily that'll fill in that part on your business activity tracker that says, like, connect or something. It's the first one on the like connect, invite, follow up block.
Yes.
And it says 20 minutes. So for that 20 minutes, what you can do, I mean, obviously not follow 100, but maybe follow like 20, leave 10 compliments that you can fit that into your 20 minutes. And then you can like 25 pictures. So those four, I guess. So follow like 20 or so people, leave 10 compliments, 10 interactions with current followers, and like 25 pictures. Those are things that you can fit into that little block on your business activity tracker daily. But as far as like doing this whole thing, I don't do the whole thing every day. That's a lot to keep up with following and unfollowing. That's as it is. I do it twice a week.
Unfollowing manually, or do you still do Cleaner?
I'm afraid to use Cleaner, so I do it manually.
Same.
I'll just do it usually when I'm laying there doing nothing. Just gonna follow some people now, but it's an interesting concept.
So I have to take a break to feed my baby, and I was just making a bottle one-handed, and I was like, oh, I'll make a bottle and come back to the power hour, and I spilled it all over the floor and the kitchen cabinets. So
Oh no.
I'll see you guys later. And the dogs are trying to eat it, and yeah, it's chaos.
Love you.
Sorry that. Yeah. How's everyone doing so far?
I've lost track 4 times, but I'm on a roll, so I'm good whenever everybody else is. Whenever everybody else says they're at 100, just let me know, because I have no idea.
All right. I mean, we're at like almost 8:30, so I can go into what the next thing is, and by the time I'm done explaining it, I'm sure people will be up to par. So the next topic or task, I guess we should say, is to leave 10 compliments. So the way that you're going to do this is you just followed a bunch of new people. So you're going to go to your followers, and there's this really cool, oh no, is it not there anymore? Okay, never mind. You're going to go to your follower, like people that you're following. And at the top, it says, it's backwards. It says sort by default. You're going to click the little up and down arrows and change it to latest. at least 10 of them in this time frame. And you can always go back and do the rest at another time. But I don't really ever get through all 100 at once anyway. But you're going to go to the top 10 of those and go through and leave compliments. So like genuine, real compliments, not like cool picture or like something that could be automated. Like you want to actually be a real human being and genuinely compliment somebody on something that's in their picture. Like, oh, maybe they have a really pretty dress on and you really like it. And you say, oh my gosh, I love your dress. It's so cute. Where'd you get it from? You know, it'd be perfect for the wedding I'm going to in a month or whatever. Like just whatever is real and going on in your life. You're going to compliment that person. And also this is a great opportunity for you to see the people that you just followed. If you go to their page and you can't leave a compliment, you probably shouldn't be following them. So at that point, I'll just unfollow them immediately so I don't have to do it later. Or if they're just like really not your person, or if they're like 12, like a lot of the people I end up following, I unfollow them. I don't need any 12-year-olds right now. So get started with that. And I don't know if you have anything else that maybe you do differently with that, but I mean, feel free to, any tips for complimenting. Just be a nice person, I guess. I really think this girl's like maybe 14 now. She was at the Jonas Brothers concert, so maybe. What the heck? I don't know. Maybe she's 20. Who knows? I don't know. She graduated college, so I guess she's older. She just looks like she's 12.
I had a dream coach. I was waiting to turn 18 and then she did, and it was like I couldn't remember. I wrote her down somewhere like on a random piece of paper, not where I should have been tracking her. And then I finally was like, oh, I found her. And she joined like Art Rodan and Fields and is like killing it. And I'm like, good job, April. This is why you should track.
Yeah. Definitely should track. It's hard though if you're like out and about. I try not to open messages if I'm out because I won't remember. I'll just leave them like unread and I'll open them when I'm sitting down in my computer because otherwise it's just like, oh wait, that person. This was also 7 weeks ago. Also too, if like people haven't posted on their account in like a year or two, I don't typically follow them either because like they're not probably actually there. Oh, and one more thing too. You don't have to just compliment or like comment on people's posts. Something else that I've had a lot of success with too is just if they have a story and you're able to message them through their story, like that's what you would do if they were your best friend. Probably you would watch their story and you would respond to them and you would like talk to them as if they were your best friend. And when you do that, you know, like I go to this girl's story, I can comment on whatever it is, like she just posted something about how she was thinking about getting her hair done, like which one, like which option or whatever. I could reply to her like as if she were my best friend and she'll feel like she is. So the way that you treat people is how they feel. Like if I treat someone like a friend, they're going to feel like they're my friend. So I'll go to her story and I'll go to like everyone's stories instead of just like, if I can't find anything to like say on their post, I'll go to their story and I'll see if they posted anything and I'll react to it or message them or something through their story, which is more fun, I think, anyways. It's more engaging and interactive than a flat post. But that's just another tip, too. If you can't see anything to say on a post, just if they have a story. Like that one. Why are all these girls like 12? I think I need to find a new blogger to because these girls are so young. Can never tell these days though. There's like 16-year-olds that look like they're 30 and 30-year-olds that look like they're 12. So
I was watching like a YouTube video of like how to contour better. And it was like, she was like definitely 13. I was like, thanks. I learned a lot from you.
oh my gosh.
What happened awkward years? It's not fair.
Yeah, we weren't cute when we were 13.
No.
I had like a huge gap in my teeth and weird, like thick eyebrows. And then I tweezed them all and made them skinny because that was the style. And then like now eyebrows are the style, so I grew them back.
I never grew back after I tweezed them. I had really eyebrows. Yeah.
They never did.
Now they're like so sad and so far away. So far away. I want to do like the micro braid, whatever it's called. I don't even know. What does this girl do?
How's everyone doing? This is like my favorite part, just stalking and complimenting and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that puppy's cute.
Dang it. What's pink drink? Is that Plexus? Damn it.
I think so.
It's like, this person is awesome. She's perfect. Oh, sorry, he's doing that.
I love when they have dogs because it's super easy to start conversations. They've got puppies. Mm-hmm. Everyone doing all right? Oh, something in the chat. Oh, never mind.
Okay. I think we're good for that. Like 25 photos, or did we do that and I missed that? Is that
No, we didn't do that.
Okay. So do you do that from your followers as well?
I just do it from my feed.
Okay.
So I refresh because I just followed a bunch of new people. So typically Instagram will put some of those new people's stuff in my feed. Just by way of algorithm, I guess. So yeah, just go like 25 pictures. I guess count in your head. There's no way to track that other than counting in your head, I guess.
It's easier to count to 25 than it is to 100.
True. Oh shit. Everyone like 25 pictures?
Yep. All right. Race against the clock. My phone's about to die and my computer's at 19%.
Oh, jeez.
All right. I'm going to let you do the next one. I'm going to go grab my charger.
Plug that in, girl. Okay, so the next thing that we're doing is to queue up an Instagram post for later. This is something that you may want to do right now, or you may want to do later. I don't think that this in particular, like the order that you do this, really matters, but it'll help you moving forward. You know, like the next time you do this, you'll have a post to post already. Also, having a bunch of posts queued up, ready to go is never a bad idea. That's something that I typically make sure that I have a couple, at least 2 or 3 each day. And it might just be the pictures. So if you have your pictures and you have your photos edited, you want to have them queued up and ready to go, and you don't have the content typed out yet, that's fine. I think that at least is helpful, so you can kind of get them in there and you're already kind of organized and you can kind of see how you want your post to lay out. But I will say, if you are only relying on Instagram to hold your typed content, don't. Also put it in your notes section just in case Instagram decides to be a meanie and delete your content, because it's happened before. So make sure you have it somewhere else if you do plan on typing up the post beforehand. But even if you just have a photo, like put some pictures in there. Maybe you post quotes on your feed. You want to have some quotes queued up and ready to go just so you have them. Just kind of take time to do that. We don't have to do that right now specifically. It doesn't need to be done like in this order. This is just a good practice and habit to get into, I think. Right? You don't think it's important to like queue up a post like immediately right now, but like it is something that is good to do for planning ahead kind of stuff.
Yeah, and anytime there's something like that, like even if it's like right now you set a reminder in your phone to do it sometime later in the day or tomorrow morning, like at a time you typically know you have a little time. Even if it's like you're doing the thing right now, because we're all busy and things like that. But yeah, I just love to at least and then I do this too, and please do this, like listen while you're doing whatever. But I will, anytime I get something in this, like what I want to talk about, I'll put it in the notes section of my phone. And I can type it there too. And that's honestly helpful because, because sometimes you literally just aren't like in a creative mood and you're like, if I post something right now, it's not going to be meaningful, and so when you are in that mode and maybe you're just like relaxing on the couch and something comes to you, like put it in the note section for later. And I do that a lot, so it's helpful.
Yeah, and something too is to really just tune in and be aware of when you are your most creative and when you are your most like in the zone as far as writing goes. For me, it's not right now. It's not right before I'm going to bed. For me right now, my time is like, all right, I'm winding down. I'm doing my brain dump of what I need to do tomorrow. Like I'm not in the mood right now to say anything really cool or inspirational. But I have a really solid morning routine. And after I'm done with my morning routine, I'm usually in a really positive place with my mindset and everything. And that's just when my brain works the best. So I'll typically, while I've got the Energize flowing through me, while I'm waiting for it to kick in, I'll do my 10 compliments. I'll queue up a post for that day. I won't post it immediately because that's not like a good time to post for me. But I'll have it saved so that when it is a better time to post, I can post it then. So just really being aware and like self-aware of what times work best for you for different activities, I think is really important and key. So yeah, since we're not doing that, I guess the next one is bookmark a post. I just do this all day anyway. So like if I see something that like a quote that I want to maybe share eventually in my story or whatnot, like I'll just bookmark it and save it. I have a bunch of different albums on my Instagram of like quotes and recipes and just like different posts that I want to save for different purposes. I have one for like events that I want to go to, and I have one for yoga poses, and I have a travel list in there. I've got folders for like my coaches that are pushing for different goals, so I can make sure I go to their accounts and check them out. It's easy for me to just go to the folder and like scan their accounts instead of having to search for all of them all the time.
That's such a good idea. I never thought of that.
Yeah, I have them separated by like month and stuff. So, and even my challengers too, I have a folder for them so I can go to their account and make sure I'm showing them love too. I mean, I'm not like perfect with it, but it's just makes it easier for when I'm trying to do that. So yeah, but you bookmark a post, there's just like a little bookmark, I guess, on the bottom right hand corner, and you just click on it and it'll save it to your albums, or you'll save it to your save. So then you go to the little 3 lines at the top and then you'll see saved, and then when you click on saved, it'll show you all your saved like content. And what's really cool, if you want to organize it, because I don't like having just like a bunch of photos just saved, I like them organized. If you want to put it in a specific place, like let's say I wanted to save this picture here, I don't know, whatever just popped up, and if you hold your finger down on the bookmark, it'll give you the option of which folder you want to put it in if you have folders set up, or you can create a new folder and start it that way as well. So bookmark a post. That made sense, right?
Yes.
All right. Oh, I need a chair. I can't sit on this bar stool anymore. All right. Do we want to move on to the next one, or?
Yep. All right. Oh, I thought it was more than one. Okay. Tag a friend on a post. Is this making a new post, or
No, just like if you see something like you want to tag a friend, like for example, I'll tag Emmy on like all the funny Bachelor memes and stuff.
Gotcha.
Like stuff like that. Like, or I'll probably tag you on something if it's about avocados, like stuff like that.
Gotcha. I'm tagging my best friend on a pair of leopard shoes that I just almost went to order, and then I realized that we are doing a networking power hour, not ordering shoes. Really distracted I am.
There you go. That's great. Oh my God. These things kill me. They're so funny.
I also like to go to the moms behaving badly or something like that, kind of like, and then I just add those to my story. I get a ton of engagement on stuff like that, like funny stuff.
Yeah. And even like sharing stuff in your stories, I think that's a good practice too. Like something that I'm kind of realizing is like, not that we are not normal people, but just kind of bear with me. Normal people on Instagram who aren't running businesses, who aren't doing what we do, they just like share things in their stories that they like and that they think are funny or that they think are cool. So by us doing that, it kind of just lumps us in with being normal too. and we're not just sharing stuff for our business. You know, we're sharing, if I see like an Instagram story video of like an inspirational speaker, I might share that. I shared a funny yoga post today. It was like, it was a guy who's doing the Om, and the cows were like, he's got that backwards. Like, just something funny that like your target market would think is funny too and would react to. And that's where I think a lot of my engagement in my stories is coming from. People like, you know, clapping or like sliding the thing, like, yeah, 100%, that's hilarious kind of thing. So just doing, like, ask yourself, like, how can I be normal today? And just like do something a normal person would do on Instagram on top of your like regular business stuff.
Yeah, like my best friend, she always tags me in like funny mom memes, and I always add them to my story. So if you guys don't know how we're saying this, if you go, so say you're on an account and they posted like a funny meme, there's a little the little arrow, like there's 3 things. It's like, comment, and then share. And you can share and you can add the post to your story. And then I will usually add just some like little GIF, like funny laughing emoji or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Do we tag someone? That shouldn't take very long.
Yeah.
Okay. The next one is to follow back 5 of your followers. So kind of self-explanatory. Go to your followers, and I don't just follow back like any of the 5. Like, I only follow back the 5 like that I actually want to follow. So this is a time where you can actually like look and see if it's someone that you want to follow, because like I don't want to be following people that like I don't want to follow, because I'm just gonna unfollow them anyway, probably. So yeah, just go to your people that are following you and follow them back.
Ooh, I got 3 followers so far from people I followed.
There you go. I feel like I just saw this girl at the gym today. That's interesting. No, but she's in Philly, so how is that possible?
Okay, everyone done with that?
Should be.
Okay. Okay. Respond to a poll voter. If you got any polls that, if you don't have any polls, make sure you're doing at least 1 a day.
So anyone who voted on your poll that you just did, or maybe you did one earlier, respond to them. So like, if you're not asking a question, like if it's not something like, oh, send me more info, if it's not a poll like that, you know, for me, I did the pumpkin pancake one. I might message these people and say like, the people that voted with the heart eyes, like, oh my gosh, it was so good. Do you want the recipe? I totally will share it with you, or something like that. Or I did a thing today with, I forget what I made. It had a bunch of avocado on top of it. I was like, how much do you love avocados, with the slidey thing? And anyone that like slid the avocado, like it literally could just be like, oh my gosh, yeah, avocados are life. Like that could be what you say. It doesn't have to be very like structured. Just be like, whatever. So. Like I'm literally saying that, right? Avocados are life.
Yeah, so this one girl was actually like a past client and she responded to my leopard thing. So I said, yes, you're so my tribe. I'm eyeing up a pair of leopard booties right now. LOL. How are you, babe? So just like kind of like going into a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Follow 10 people suggested for you. Where do we go? Is this following or?
No, you go to the heart on the bottom.
Okay.
And then you scroll until you can't go anymore, and it'll have people like towards the bottom that says suggested for you. It's usually people that either are following you or people that you follow are following, or through weird voodoo magic, people that Instagram thinks you would like. So.
Ugh. No. It's like this boudoir murder looking account. Boudoir photos with the side of blood? No, thank you.
American Horror Story.
Yeah.
That's creepy. I mean, some people are into that, I guess. I don't know. And I mean, you're not always going to find 10 of these people that are like your people that like you want to follow and find, but it's just always good to kind of check and see if any of them are. Sometimes they're very wrong. Like, I don't know why they think I would want to follow some of these people. Hmm.
All right. And then 100 follow, unfollow again.
Yeah. So for this one, this is like unfollowing 100 people. You're not going to be able to do it right now. It's one of those things that you're going to have to do probably the next day. Or I like to give it a couple of days because it gives people time to follow me back. So maybe like 2 or 3 days, because we also have to remember that while we are probably checking our Instagram every day, and checking our messages every day and checking our followers, like normal people don't do that. So they may not see that they have a new follower, like they may not check every single day. And they may only check, a couple times a week or whatever. So I like to give it at least 2 or 3 days, and then I'll go through and unfollow. And actually something I've been doing that's helping with unfollowing is actually sorting by earliest, like the people I've been following for like the longest time, and going through, because I remember when I started my Instagram, like I was just following a bunch of like random things. So I'm going through now and like deleting those things, accounts I've been following for like years that are either inactive accounts now, that are people who are not my tribe anymore because I've changed, people who I've, don't even ever, like never even talked to them before, like accounts that I didn't even realize I was following, like things like that. Because I don't like to unfollow the people that I just followed, because I do like to kind of build a relationship, or at least try to, for a little bit before I decide if I want to unfollow them. So going to like some of my first people that I followed, like coaches who are no longer coaches from 5 years ago, like stuff like that.
Yeah, good tips.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording.